Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my J Bird. And this is Remembering 1976 and 1977, where I first learned how to play chess, won my first games, created my openings, my theory, and I played the same way today as I did back then. But like I said, it was short-lived my theory back then because we had my guess is altogether about 200 games with my theory back then with Jay Bird, and he's the one who taught me how to play chess, how to move the pieces. He showed me in some instructive, famous openings too, and this and that, and take care of the center and things like that. And like I've said, and this one here, and where I my use create the new and the old, mold my old and new, and just play my game of chess now with my theory and try different ways. Now, this one is different, but I do go into my theory. But what I do is I open up with the pawns and I take care of all the pawn structure first, it looks like. And I go about it different, which I should be doing more of. I think the pawn structures got to get done first before I start. I like to play too much instead of getting done what I'm supposed to be getting done. And playing around with my theory in a way that I'm having fun instead of playing around with it and really getting a job done and really pulling out some stuff. But anyway, this one is, but it you know what? I gotta have to go back over my databases and just see what I've done. I gotta go back over my stuff and start picking up and seeing how this can work and how I play. Today I didn't do so good today. Yesterday I did pretty good, but not today playing. Okay, I'm in white, and this is called Rook Crown Castle, Knight Queen, to bot 2000. No help, no errors, no assistance of any kind to beat this bot, and this is game 13, and let's get down to it. D4. Now I open up different. Maybe I was thinking about my tower, maybe I was, but it just depends what he did too. That's another thing too. I have problems. What pieces is he going to push up? After d4, d5, c3, I went f6. I fianchetto, and I'm thinking, all these things are going through my head. Maybe a tower, then move this piece up. Maybe and then the tower. It's just we'll see. After g3, c6, g2, f5. I go g5 because I'm putting pressure. Let's see what he does here. e6, a3, h6. I take f6, and like I said, I think this game here is telling me something that I've been getting mad, and I'm going right after it. After f6 takes, I go e3. So now everything's changed. After e3, e7, queenie up, d2, castle, castle, and there's your rook crown castle, okay? And this is move, what, 10. After that, it's a d8, f1. I didn't want to just put the knight over here and the knight's queen right away. So I wait. I'm seeing something. I want to get this lined up with the queen after f1, a6. I go f3. He goes e5. I go e4. Now I looked at this and to see what's going to happen. Okay, if this is going to open, it's going to open. But it's going to, look, let's see what happens here. Look at this. But I push here. Did I create a weakness or what? It looks like he can get a pawn. Let's see. But, no. Well, I got a knight here too. Let's see. After f3, he closes it, e4. I go h3, h5. Now I'll go into the knight's queen right here. Now, See, I kind of took care of the pawns first, if you took notice of that. And then start going into my playing the back ranks, which I'm going to start experimenting doing that. Taking care of pawns first and see what I can do. Instead of just going right into my Nightbird real quick and just, I'm going to try different ways with my theory first. Delay it. Don't go right into it right away. Delay it first and then go into it. You know what I mean? After that, b5. I brought the knighty back, b1. As soon as he pushed this pawn, I'm thinking, well, and another thing. Takes care of the back rank, no matter, I don't care if I lose a pawn up here or whatever. After b1, e6, g1, I'm just concentrating this. After g1, a5, f1, b4, b4 takes, b4 takes, g4, now the attack starts. And I didn't care if I go down a pawn here, because look at the rooks. That's the whole idea. Open it up. g4 takes, g4 takes. He doesn't take. Now, he could have took, and I can't take because this. But maybe he didn't want to open it up. You see, I wanted it open. After h7, h3. Now, things are going to get, after h3, a8, g3. I want more pieces over here. Plan on pushing pawns. g5, f5, a1, takes e7, takes e7, h2, f6, f1, a5, g3, b3, pass c3, and I'm fine with this. This is good. After c3, c6, h3, f7, a6. I saw that if I can get this over this way, I'd be pretty happy. Or whatever, push the pawn and then get it locked. We'll see. After a6, b7. Nope. Takes b7. Takes b7. f5, I locked it. Now, let's see. If he walks away, the pressure's on. So to walk away, I don't know. After f5, he goes c7. I take c7. I'm getting out of this. He went. I take c7, h6, or he takes c7, h6, f7. After f7, d2, a2, go back c1. He goes h8. I go a3. Well, if it goes down, I'm going to go up. Let's trade rooks. Let's see what he does. After a3, g8. He didn't. I moved in. Now it's locked in. I think that's it. And this is the problem. I think it really sees that deep, because look in the end. Wait till you see the end. This is where he loses. He really knows that this must be. I after b1, h8, c1, because it just didn't want to let this pawn go. After c1, g8, I push c4, g7, h2, g8, takes d5, c3, b7, h1, b8, c1, b7, c7, takes c7, with a check, come back, c3, takes a3. Of course, he's going to take because he's going to lose his rook. After a3 takes, b2, takes b2, f7, a4, e8, a5, b5, c5, e2, takes d5, g7, d7, f8, c7, e8, d5, g4, a6, f5, a7, d8, save the rook, g7, d7, queen, check, A8, C8, G8, D7, takes C8, D6, C6, E7, G7, F8, takes F6, E8, and that's game. Now, I could go back. It takes too. It's This game is complicated and it's hard. It's not easy. It's fun, but it's still hard. Doesn't mean that it's easy because it's fun. I mean, it's the way it is. Anyway, I tried something different here and I played it out and I beat the 2000. And it's not easy. I mean, I got a lot of close games that I lost. There's a Rook Crown Castle. But I'm going to have to start trying my other things, getting the pawn structure done first, and then move my theory around first. I'm going to do that. There's a knight's queen. And you got to defend everything before you can go ahead. If you don't, you're going to lose. This is how the game went. I really believe I moved my pawns right in this game. I really do. And I'm going to have to use that for my advantage. Let me see. He took, and then I pass. He goes here. I'm beginning to wonder, if we go back here and he tries to get in here, but then he can't walk away from here. Maybe it's too late. Obviously, it must have been because the program did this. It must have been too late for him to do all that, because usually it sees pretty far. And I didn't calculate it all. And I don't want to go through it right now, but I hope it really was true. But maybe one day in the future, some of these games we can go back over like that, and because it takes time. But this is how the game went. And I seen what I had to do. After that queen trade, I saw what I had to do, where the spot, how. I had to think about it to find it. You know what I mean? You just can't. Let's go back. After that queen trade, see, after this, I'm trying to, okay, that didn't work. I move up. He goes back. I go back. Okay, let's see what he does. I'm thinking I'm going back up here. We'll trade rooks. He didn't do it, so I moved in. So then I thought, okay, and look. And there it is. I found how I can get in. I probably should have moved all the way back on that other move, but I didn't. This is how the game went. And you still got to be careful. And even the simplest thing, go inaccuracy, and you'll lose the game. Or a mistake, or a couple inaccuracies or something. And there you have it. Okay, thanks for stopping by. And we're going to have some more remembering 1976 and the 1977.